And at number 30, another underappreciated band, Gob, with I Hear You Calling. Gob is a band from Canada. Maybe that's why they're underappreciated. I don't know, but they're a great punk band. They've got great albums, but this particular song, I Hear You Calling, is such a great punk rock song. Every punk band on the scene should listen to this song and go, wow, I wish I could have written that. And then go into a studio and write songs just like this. Because guys like me who love this kind of music, these are the kind of songs we wish we would hear non-stop 24/7. Gob, I Hear You Calling. Alright, and at number 29, Brand New with The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows. Brand New, what can I say about Brand New? Every album is different. I haven't really had the love for them like most people have of their last two albums. But their second one, their Deja Antanu song, or whatever you want to pronounce that, however you want to pronounce it, had the song The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows on it, and the song is so good. I can't even begin to describe how much I like this song. And I just wish all their songs sounded like that, even though that's why, you know, it makes them such a good band to be as eclectic as they are, but man, if every song sounded as good as this one, then I would listen to them every day. The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows. Number 28, The Counting Crows, or just Counting Crows with Round Here. Now, I had always been a Counting Crows fan. Huge, grew up with them. When I started liking music, that's when they started coming onto the scene and making music. And so, I went to a bunch of their concerts, saw them live a few times. You could see that the Counting Crows got bored with their own music and started making different melodies, and that's kind of when I stopped listening to a lot of their songs because I didn't like picking the music apart that much. But Round Here, you cannot tell me that in the last 20 years somebody has written a song that can compare lyrically to how good Round Here was written for a voice like Adam Duritz. It's just such a good song. And that's why it made my list. It's number 28, Round Here, Counting Crows. And at number 27, we have The Killers with Change Your Mind. Now, this song, Hot Fuss was such a great album when it came out, The Killers' first album, and they're called The Killers, and they killed it. This first album was so good. They had numerous hits. What's strange to me was that my favorite song from the album was not one of their singles. Change Your Mind is such a good song, and my favorite Killers song. That's all I have to say about that, really. Number 26, we have Gratitude's Drive Away. So if you haven't heard the Gratitude album, you have to, and if you only want to listen to one of their songs, make it Drive Away. Gratitude was a band by the guy who's the lead singer of the band Far. His name is Jonas something. I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Mantraganaga, or Mantranga, or Mantragata. So I'm not going to attempt it for a fourth time, but what I will tell you is that he makes great music. He also has a couple of great solo albums out there, and Far continues to make great music, but I like his Gratitude stuff more than any of the other stuff he did. And then from the band Gratitude came a band called the Attention, and they had an album before Gratitude, and now they've had a few since then, but Attention is another great band. It's just Attention. But Gratitude's Drive Away, great song. Have to go listen to it. You have to. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Alright, at number 25, Live and Horse. So, why did I pick a song called Horse by the band Live? Most people know the band Live, the bald guy with the eyeball that goes in 50 different directions, Ed Kowalczyk. Live had great songs. They had a lot of different singles that they play on rock radio still today, but I like their hidden track off of Throwing Copper the best. The one wasn't even listed, so it wasn't really hidden, it just wasn't listed, and it was called Horse. And the lyrics to that were amazing. It's very metaphoric and beautiful, and I definitely recommend you go and listen to it. That's Live's Horse. It's just called Horse. You know, like the basketball game Horse that you play with your friends when you get out of breath and don't want to run around in circles. Yeah, it's a good song. And at number 24, we have Dashboard Confessionals. Again, I go unnoticed. Well, I wasn't a teenage girl back when this song came out, but if I was, I probably would have been singing along with all the other teenage girls to the Dashboard Confessional. And there are songs such as, again, I Go Unnoticed, which is my favorite Dashboard Confessional song. They first heard Chris Carrabba and Carrabba, I don't know how you pronounce his name either. Doesn't matter, but I first heard him in the band Further Seems Forever, who have gone through a couple different lead singers. Now Chris is back with Further Seems Forever, and they're going to make music again. And hopefully he still does Dashboard stuff, because I love the Dashboard stuff as well. I don't think he's ever made a better song, though, than Again I Go Unnoticed. Such an honest, straight from the heart song that I could totally relate to, and maybe you will too, if you're a loser like me. Okay, number 23, we have the White Stripes with Seven Nation Army. White Stripes, one of my favorite bands that no longer exists. You know, what can you say about Jack White? Probably a lot more than you can say about Meg White, but when you put them together, White Stripes were such a great band. Two-piece, excellent music. Seven Nation Army, by far their best song, in my opinion. Even though if it doesn't relate to me that much, or I can't really gain from it, it's a song that I would play constantly. If somebody said the jukebox can be stuck on one song and one song only, otherwise you can't hear music at all, I would say make it get stuck on Seven Nation Army, because I could listen to that song until I die. It's true. Alright, number 22, we have Third Eye Blind's Motorcycle Drive-By. This is a bizarre song, okay, in many respects, but when Third Eye Blind's album came out, their first album, their 3EB or whatever you want to call it, I think that's what it was called, I don't know. There were like 6 singles off the album, and then there was Motorcycle Drive-By. That wasn't really a single. I don't even know if it was a single, but it ended up being this underground huge hit that everybody knew because the lyrics were amazing. It was such a well-written song. It was just beautiful, but a little demented at the same time. And every musician, every band knows this song, and they love it. And it's a song that you wouldn't really hear it on the radio, if you would ever hear it on the radio, but it's so good. Motorcycle Drive-By, in my opinion, by far Third Eye Blind's best song. And you have to hear it if you haven't heard it. If you've only heard them on the radio, then what's wrong with you anyway? Okay, and at number 21, Bad Religion's Sorrow. Bad Religion, a long-living punk band who puts out an album every 2 years since 1980. They've been on the scene forever and ever. One of the best punk bands out there, but their song, Sorrow, definitely a lot of personal meaning to me, and I think you should listen to it. It's a great song. The drums in the song are great too, and I can't get enough of it. So it'll always be one of my favorites, but to put this list together and have Sorrow on it, it just, well, it leaves me with no sorrow at all for doing